absolutely clear to me that this is a case of repression. They're using the law as a tool of repression to instill fear in the anti-Zionist, anti-occupation community.
I see this case as being something where Germany is trying to use the laws that they have to crack down on any kind of political dissent. So they're using migration law, but it's not necessarily about the law. It really is about protecting their own right to support war and to support genocide and to silence any kind of dissent.
It's clearly against the law. The director of the Einwanderungsamt, which is the German migration authority, said in the beginning, we've seen this in the internal documents, there is no justification for a deportation order here, and was ordered by the Interior Ministry to continue with the deportation case. So they know themselves that there is no basis in law.
I was detained in the first occupation of the Freie Universität in November 2023, so a month after the 7th of October. And that triggered like a lot of consequences legally, and yeah, I think I don't know if I imagined I would be charged criminally, but I didn't imagine this would have like this domino effect that eventually got into my resident status. So now my visa is like frozen since like around a year and a half, because like when I went to my renovation process as I finished my master's studies, the Ausland der Behörden said that I couldn't, they couldn't renovate my visa because I had an ongoing criminal procedure. When I actually won my case, my criminal case, in July from last year.
I could say from a young age that I heard about the Palestinian cause. I heard about the beginning of the occupation. I saw maps comparing the situation in occupied Palestine, comparing it to Ireland, where you could see the expansion of the beginning Zionist settlements and how much of the land they actually took over time, and the so-called 67 borders and all of this. So it was clear that something was wrong. And in 2014 was when I became like more hyper aware of the situation because of the slaughter that was going on that summer. And that's when it became more of a cause or more primary for me. That being said, I unfortunately I wasn't active enough over the years, apart from in these flashpoints. And it was only after the beginning of the genocide that I really got involved to a level that's what I would call a bare minimum. At this point, trying to stop the genocide as a bare minimum before we go any further and talk about ending the occupation, the apartheid, and so on. So my experience since the beginning of the genocide has completely changed my perspective on Europe and its so-called values. Even the best faith, it's hard not to be cynical when I hear any of the terms like human rights or democracy or any of these so-called values. It's all meaningless. I can't look at an institution that claims to respect any of these things and continues to support mass slaughter of civilians.
I think I am like in a better position. For example, people coming from other countries, people like with a refugee status. Like I'm Chilean, and the Chilean government the president was pro-Palestine, like in the last period, and now the president changed and he's like pro-Israel. So actually, I think the possibility of getting like protection from the state, like I'm citizen of, kind of like depends on like the political shifts.